It's a scene most EMS personnel hope they'll never see. 25 people shot or injured. It's also what they're trained for, and when the various moving parts of Ontario's triage and trauma system kick into high gear, starting with first responders.
For the most severe patients first, things that they're looking for are injuries to the vital organs, so head, neck, chest, torso. They're looking for those injuries first. They're looking to see if the patient's awake or not. They're looking to see what's the blood pressure like. Are they able to keep themselves awake? Is the heart going?
All the while, Toronto's 2 trauma centres were put on alert.
The first thing, really, priority is to clear space and have everybody ready, so when they arrive, we're able to deal with all these patients. So we thought about, we have, as you can see, this is a large trauma bay. We can deal with 3 trauma patients at a time.
The trauma teams then pick up where EMS leaves off, prioritizing which patients need which care.
Airway, breathing, circulation, level of consciousness, and we sort of prioritize based on that. So the sickest patients are the ones that are unconscious, that have a low blood pressure, have maybe a high heart rate. Sometimes they have obvious sources of bleeding. They could have, bleeding from an extremity. Sometimes it's not so obvious. They could be bleeding internally.
Toronto's trauma system is about 20 years old, meaning it has highly trained staff. That translates into fewer deaths from trauma, whether through car crashes, stab wounds, or gunshot wounds, for example.
Part of it is related to advances in medicine. Part of it is related to the concentration of people in specialized centres like St. Michael's Hospital and Sunnybrook.
A recent study showed patients who are taken directly to a trauma centre do better. Being taken to other hospitals was associated with a 30% increase in mortality in the first 48 hours after injury. When it comes to survival rates after traumatic injury, studies have shown we're in good hands in Toronto.
We rank high in the top 3 of cities across North America and how we handle our trauma patients here.
Ontario has 9 adult and 2 pediatric trauma centres, so quite the system in Ontario.
And we know that they're there and we need them. Unfortunately, that's what happened on Sunday, but good to know. Thanks, Bea.
You're welcome.